Do you want to know why it is so much more painful to lose your pet, your dog, than it is sometimes to lose a human? Say it. I'll say the quiet part out loud that most humans don't want to admit. Because it's true. When we lose our fur babies, it is a pain unlike anything else that we've ever experienced or will ever have to endure. And although you may not have known him, this is my sweet, sweet boy. This is sweet Lou. And this sweet boy that we had for 16 years went over the Rainbow Bridge on Thursday. He went home to our father and to his big brother Eddie. He's with his best friend now, running fast and free in fields in heaven that never ever end. But do you want to know why it is so much more painful to lose our fur babies? Because dogs are the closest thing you will ever encounter, experience, or know. They are a direct reflection of Yah. That is why dog is God spelled backwards. Because they are the closest source to the infinite love that our Father has for us. They are the joy, the love, and the laughter, the happiness that fills our heart. They love us unconditionally. Even when loving us is sometimes, well, it could be hard. All I could hear when I was putting these pants on was, Mom, stop. Stop, Mom, stop. Too far. You know that you love your doggy when you put them on your pants. Just like I did with my Lou. They comfort us when we need comforting. Like Lou did the day after I'd lost my Eddie and I sat outside and I cried. Just like my sweet Molly did that day. One of the most precious moments I'll ever experience was the two of them comforting me when I know they were mourning Eddie just as much as I was, if not more. Louie was a rescue dog, and this was his brother Otis. We rescued them from a dire situation, and originally, my sweet Lou, his name had been Booger. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about his previous owners, I'd rather not revisit the dire situation we found Lou and Otis in. Mike often joked because he was a purebred Llewellyn, and these dogs go upwards of $1,250 to $2,000. The man who we bought these doggies from had them in a crate, I can't even explain it, with no ventilation, and both of them crammed in there, and we instantly knew we had to rescue both of these dogs. He sold them both to us for $25. $12.50 each. Mike used to love making that joke when he'd go to Ducks Unlimited or some hunting affair because Eddie and Louie were hunting dogs through and through. When people would brag about the dogs that they had and how much they spent, he'd say, oh, we got Lou for $12.50. Everyone would say, oh, really, $1,250? He's like, nope, $12.50. It was the best $12.50 we'd ever spent. I would have paid $1 million for that sweet boy. And I'd pay $5 million just to get him back, if even just for one day. Louie was the strongest soldier that God could have ever sent to me in one of the darkest times of my life. You see, God sends us dogs. We don't choose them. They choose us. They are our guardians while they're with us here on this earth. Dogs are, in fact, angels and the purest, most radiant source of God's light. Yah's light. They live in the infinite. They live in the ether. They live so much higher than we do every single day. This is why I could heal Louie so many times, and Maisie and Eddie. Because just like a child who can enter the kingdom of Yah, dogs don't know any better than, well, the truth. The truth that miracles are possible, and also the truth that they deserve them. And dogs are not bogged down with the ugly truths that this world tries to lay upon our heart to take the beautiful magic of the truth of our Father away. The reason it hurts so much when we lose dogs is because they are loyal, they are goofy, and they love us unconditionally and sometimes to a fault. They will never hurt us, lie to us. They'd never cheat on us, manipulate us, or ever make us feel like we are less than. They will never ever take us for granted, and they would never ever break our hearts. Well, I take that back, because they sure do shatter your hearts when they leave. But they would never break our hearts intentionally, not like humans. And even behind closed doors, you can trust a dog, well, to a fault. They would never do anything malicious or selfish, not like humans do. Because dogs, well, they just don't have it in them. They love us unconditionally, just like our Father, He does. My sweet Lou was loved by so many. In fact, he was famous before even his mom was. Lou is infamous in our town and had 500 followers on Facebook. For years, Louie entertained his Facebook followers with beautiful, adorable, and hilarious posts like these. Everybody in our town loved Lou. His Facebook antics kept everybody laughing. Lovingly, we named him lap dance Lou, because one of his things that he loved most of all was to wear mom's underwear around his neck. In fact, for years, he did this, and we never understood why. Well, yes, we did, because he was sexy and he knew it. Lap dance Lou. That's how a lot of people knew him. And it's one of the things about him I'm going to miss the most. And although he was skittish when we got him because he had been so deeply abused, my husband never thought he'd be a good bird dog. But we turned out to be wrong, and he ended up being the best. Naturally and instantly. Lightning Lou was the fastest dog in the field. And the best bird dog. And the best boy to ever live. He had his mother's silliness. His antics, well, they never ceased. And when it came to Louie's favorite things, it was going for rides, and especially going to Grandma's.
Grandma! You love Grandma, huh? Do you want to take a baby?
And another thing he got from his mama, he had an insatiable love for cheese.
Oh my God! You want a treat? Hey, you want a treat? You? I'll step with you. You want a treat? Tell Mama what a treat. That's some nice footwork.
He also got my freckles. In fact, he looked a lot like Mom. Our sweet boy was the best boy. No, he was literally the best boy that ever walked this earth. My father graced me with an angel, a guardian, for 16 years. And that little boy never left my side. Even during my failed fusion for the 2 months when my screws would hit raw open nerves in my neck and I would scream bloody murder, and I knew he was scared. And I knew he wanted to run so far away because it even scared me, but he never left my side. Louie was a rescue dog. But I knew from the very beginning, the minute we got him, we weren't rescuing him. No. Sweet Lou, he was sent to rescue us. And I know now, I have comfort in knowing that he is with his brother, running in heaven, and he ran right into Yah's arms. And on that day he crossed the rainbow bridge, and our Father took him into his arms. He looked dead in his eyes and said, "You did it, buddy. You're a good boy. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Well done. You are such a good boy. Well done." And although I wasn't ready to lose you, 16 years is so much longer than I should have had. You stayed by my side through everything, Lou. And you've already shown me you're here with me. You've already given me a million proofs, truths, and signs. You're okay. It isn't goodbye, buddy. It's just, I'll see you later. And I know that day when I go home to my Lord and Savior, the very first sight that I will see will be you and Eddie. My sweet boy, Lou. My lightning Lou. My fishing lure. My Bubba. My lap dance Lou. My sweet boy. It'll be you and your brother running so fast to bring Mommy home. Rest with angels, sweet boy, sweet Lou, and wake with Yah. But you've already shown me you've done that. You're a very good boy. And I already miss you so much. Mommy misses you with my great big gigantic heart. I know a lot of people like to say heaven gained an angel that day when you went over the rainbow bridge. But I know the truth. Heaven just got back the angel that Yah let me borrow for 16 beautiful years. Heaven got their angel back home. I love you, boy. Good job. Good boy. Goodbye.